everyone, and welcome back to Serious Sam 4, where today we'll be playing Chapter 7, When in Rome.
Alright, these guys have to be down here somewhere.
This makes it... How many times now we've dug Carter out of a hole?
4, if you count the buried spaceship in Peru.
What is it with this guy?
Now I am confused. McCartney was dead all along?
Oh yeah, you got it, Father. Mental replaced him with a highly modified Eludrin Reptiloid just before Sergeant Pepper.
And Elvis?
Alive and kicking.
I see. And what has that got to do with our Lord and Savior, Jesus of Nazareth?
Now, if you analyze the Book of Revelations using the Rohan's Codex cipher with a reference to the Voynich manuscript, you get the lyrics to Hound Dog, and of course they call him the King. Coincidence? I think not.
I don't even know what to say.
Sweet! Carter found someone to play with.
Yeah, sorry you got stuck down here with Carter, Padre.
Oh no, not at all. Our conversation was most illuminating.
Okay, Rodriguez, you dig him out. I'll take care of the rest. Father, just tell me how to get that thingamajig.
Let's get it.
Actually looking for text, not Ark of Covenant. Text leads us to Ark.
What's this Ark anyway?
A holy container described in Book of Exodus.
A box.
A box that, according to my research, contains Holy Grail.
And that will help us defeat Metal. How?
Grail has power to heal all ills. With it, we can withstand this false god's assault on our planet.
Music to my ears. Where do I find this text?
When you get to Chamber of Nephilim in Vatican Library, you must find statue of St. George. Hold down his sigil while turning his right arm in perpendicular direction. Then push his left arm upwards, and secret chamber containing document will be revealed.
Sigil. That's a nice word. I should have a sigil. The sigil of Sam.
Sam, are you listening to me?
I'm not.
Chamber of St. George. Push the sigil. Yada yada. I got it.
Yeah, let's do all those things that we were just told to do. I was very much paying attention. Gotta go get the Holy Grail. Pull down on an arm, and before you know it, the cutscenes will probably figure that out. And we'll be good. I've already killed one enemy. 2 now. I've healed back the 4 HP I lost from the first enemy that I found by letting it gnaw on my leg. And all in all, this is very nice music for a sewer level, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. If I just wait for you to go into my leg, thank you very much. Just keep healing me, please. Oof, a bigger one. But that ain't gonna stop me from just pressing the melee button and finishing the fight instantly. Because that's just an easier way to live life. Almost certainly I'll be able to break one of those walls or rocks or anything here to get to some sort of secret place, but I mean, I already shot through one hole in this place, and if that didn't do it, what are the odds that any other hole is going to contain anything? Pretty much 0, I would assume. So let's instead just go to the place that is gorgeous. This place actually does look really nice. I love the way the sky looks in this place. Very nice. Secret gadget has been found in the first couple of seconds, minutes in the level. There's water now that I can swim in. I haven't actually had water I could swim in this game yet so far, actually, so you know, that's new. I could swim all the way to the other side and see what's there, but I'm gonna leave that for now, I think. Well, suddenly feeling more motivated though. Do I still don't have dual wield perk equipped? I forget continuously what I have equipped because I keep being like a full week of time between each level. That was a really great way to take a lot of damage. Alright. Should probably deal with that sniper in a second, but what are the odds that they can see me through the trees, right? Pretty much 0. I just want to make sure that all the melee boys are dead before I try this. This is like really incredible music for an area that's like trying to find 2 snipers right now. that's just hidden behind a tree. Like, what is this? Oh, there's another one over there. There he is. And there's the other one. What a great time I'm having. Alright. Back on our journey. Trying to reach the other side of this canal. This is a canal or a river, technically. I don't really know if Rome is like famously known for canals and such. I mean, there's the area in like Venice. I guess that place is pretty well known for having like watery bits. Are those? No. I was gonna say, are those like, you know, good old-fashioned harpies? No, they're just flying things. I'm just gonna chill here for a minute. Use my knife on the first couple of boys here, because that really seems to be the main thing that's dangerous in this place. Although they're starting to hit me now with their little laser beams, so they're trying. Uncertain if I should switch to another weapon, but I feel like this is doing the job just fine. It's just the way back. What just dealt so much damage to me? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. That would really hurt a lot, actually. I'm just gonna heal that back up real quick. And then continue on my journey to shoot some robots. I mean, again, eventually they'll just jump in front of me. So I can, I guess, just sort of chill around here, but... like, provided that I move in one direction, it seems that they're not actually ever going to do anything. The moment I try to actively dodge something, that's when it goes wrong. So the trick is to just not try to dodge and just accept your destiny there. That really seems like a much better way of doing things. At least I'm finding a bunch of health secrets that's working out. The only reason I even checked that side is because there was one at the start, so it worked out that I found that one, because otherwise... would have missed out on a lot of health. There's another one of those blue, like, chatty boys sitting over there, which could be worthwhile to listen to, I suppose, for one sentence before he gets destroyed. But what if I don't, though? Imagine if I don't do that. There you go. Alright, clear skeletons, perfect, lovely. My favorite dish. Of all the things I'd like to be dealing with right now, it's fire and clear skeletons. So, look at us having a good time with all this. Is he still alive? Wow. Oh, you're just on me then. Oh, I could melee him there. I didn't really consider that guy to be a melee-able, but he is. I guess I should try that at some point. Wait, I have melee'd those as well. It's really been a second since I've played Serious Sam, y'all. It happens. I forget things. Just imagine everything I learned in the previous videos. It has been long forgotten. Because, truth be told, I'm a forgetful boy. I play the game, I wait 1 full week, just sitting still, doing nothing. And then I play another level and it's all gone. This entire game is just a memory test for me when you think about it. Also, I've had this area spoiled through a video, so there you go. I already know what's gonna happen. It's a bunch of kamikazes. And I'm actually not sure how to do this, but... I mean, this seems to work. Yeah, they don't really care so much when I'm in the water. That actually looks really cool. Although, I'm in a bit of a predicament. Never mind, that worked out, I guess. Oh, you're still alive. It's like a whole bunch of y'all still alive. I didn't expect this to work as well as it did. I kind of expected them to do at least something the moment that I spawned them all. And it's a little bit unfortunate that I already knew about these enemies existing beforehand, I suppose, but that's the downside when you take this long to beat literally any video game in current year, because it's... if you don't beat them very quickly, then eventually it's likely that you're just gonna get spoiled by something. And that's just the way it is. But that's okay. What I've learned is that enemies do not like to swim. And the moment you jump in water, the kamikazes significantly calm down and accept their fate. And if it wasn't for them having all this health, I probably could have just gone to the other side of the river and lived on my life, as they had immediately given up on their journey to try and destroy me and stop me from reaching whatever it was that I'm doing. Something about the Holy Grail and whatnot. That's a lot of health that I got here, actually. Alright, cool. Let's see if we can keep on going on this side, though. This is almost certainly an invisible wall, but, I mean, a boy's gotta try. And I assume there's probably a secret in this water, but it's very murky water. It's pretty much impossible to see anything in this place. So I'm getting pushed pretty hard into the wall here. I'm not... Like, I understand that the water is, like, flowing. And maybe I'm not supposed to be swimming to the other side of this canal / river over here, but... I would have enjoyed if it was a little bit easier, because I don't really want to be running all the way to this side of the world. I guess I could just use a bridge. You know what, maybe that's what bridges are built for, so I wouldn't have to swim through this disgusting looking water, but that's the way it is. At least the sky really looks nice, and that's the main important thing. I'm gonna quick save and just try, because there's no way it's just gonna push me max speed towards the wall, right? When I reach the middle. Oh, I have found a small issue related to the crossing of this river, and that's there appears to be a wall there. All right, well that's one way to make someone use a bridge. Cool. Yep. that's really stupid. All right. I mean, maybe I would be able to get past using those little areas over there, but I don't know. I've lost all motivation to try the moment I realized I was swimming against an invisible wall, so we're just gonna keep going instead. There is an optional area waiting for me over there. There's a main area over here. There's a radio with some probably very interesting information. Ooh. There's some biomechanoids in that direction. I will not deal with them just yet, no sir. I'll instead take a little quick peek look around in this place before I head on to the optional area, because that's really where my main love lies. I do love me some optional areas every now and then. Tempted to destroy a statue every now and again, but one could also stare in the void for a brief moment and ponder those choices. Is this like a Christmas tree ornament? Because we usually got stuff in my Christmas trees. It probably isn't meant to look like a Christmas ornament, or maybe it is, and the Christmas ornament ultimately has like a Roman background. I personally don't know the exact history of Christmas ornaments, so it's easy for me to get lost in such things. But there probably is some connection there, I would assume. Now truly, there's no way this is nothing, right? Like this. I cannot imagine that this is just a completely empty area, but at the same time, it is kind of looking like it is. But then you got stuff like that, where there's clearly a thing waiting for me to listen to. And if I truly wanted to, I might be able to jump around this thing, but I don't think I truly have the desire, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't know. This place seems a little bit unusual to me. The fact that there's so little here in a place which goes... Yeah, there we go. There was a door. I mean, now I got this cool Bill Corwin voice clip that you can read. So that's good. Also, one of the few indoor areas where I could actually run around rather than being stopped by the game and forcing me to walk instead. So, you know, we're getting into slightly different looking areas now and then, and that's nice. Now, I'll go there in a minute. Probably deal with the inevitable biomechanoid, but Garibaldi is over there. In our way to Gabriella's Night for some rage serum. Very good. Hello, sir.
Signore, please, I need help. Signore, it is about my daughter, Gabriella. She's a scientist working for the Resistance. But yesterday, she went to her lab and she has not returned. Can you make sure she's all right? Please, I am an old man. I cannot fight.
Sure thing, Pops.
There's no way that guy cannot fight. He may be old, but he's not counted out. I believe in him. But just in case, there is rage serum on the line, and that seems important enough for me to go in this direction. So I suppose I will. I will not immediately go in that direction, I guess, but... because that looks terrifying. I don't want to deal with any of that. But this, though... yeah, small ledges, that's my jam. Eventually, perhaps I shall find something in places such as these that are not just trucks and inevitable landscapes out of bounds, but we shall see. I kind of want to see if I can get on this truck, because it seems slightly too difficult, but also not impossible. And that's usually a sign of good things. But then, occasionally you end up with like a stoplight in your eyes, because you just sort of walk through it. So, I mean, what are you going to do? That's just the way it is. I don't think there's anything here. If there is, I don't even want it anymore. Alright, let me just put 5 rockets in this thing real quick. Just do a little shooty in that direction and hope those rockets actually hit their target. And yeah, I mean some of them did, so that's good. I would say that majority probably hit their target there, so that worked out pretty well. Is that a clear skeleton or is that just soldiers? I think it might just be soldiers actually. Just gonna chill on this car over here, occasionally do a little bit of movement. For the most part, we're just gonna be shooting wildly whatever looks green. Because green is the sight of an enemy that tries to destroy me. I do still hear a biomechanoid, but I'm pretty sure that's in the main area, not in this optional area. So it shall not concern me this day. Just very hard to see you when you're hiding behind an area like that, but I suppose that's the point. They're being tactical. I don't trust this. This is not the kind of enemy I'm used to seeing in a game like this. Ordinarily, it's a lot of going towards me, the game. And when that's not happening, I get a little bit frightened. A little bit concerned. Also,
This is Bill.
shut up, Bill. I need to know what my perks are, because I'm actually getting a little... Okay, it is still rodeo time. So let's just remove that for a second and put on the large melee thing. Apparently you can ride biomechanoids as well, I've been told. I'm not sure if there's like a separate animation you have to get into, but I assume there is. Maybe I could just jump on their head from a high place. I'm ultimately not very certain, but I'm curious to see what that potential can bring us. Also, I need to remember that I can press G for the auto shotgun. G for gun, you see. Because that's a pretty good weapon. I need to use it more. Someone mentioned to use double-wheeled auto shotguns, and that also sounds like a great way to spend ammo. So, I might do that at some point, just because I'm a little bit curious on how long it would take for me to actually be out of ammo. Fighting a singular enemy and being just slightly out of range. You know, just a little experiment. They keep you busy, keep you occupied. I would not be surprised if I can jump on this little windowsill over here and then ultimately make my way around this wall, but you know what? That's okay. Every now and then I can learn to live and just play the game as a normal human. Doesn't happen very frequently, but I can live and learn. I don't know where your head is. I can't. You're in a tree. Again, I hope that was a good shot. I truly don't know. You keep being behind stuff and I don't appreciate it. Also, apparently this is the melee stance. There we go. I did the thing. And I was also warned that that animation was not going to be as good as it was in Series Sam 3, and they were right, so that's unfortunate. Ah, jeez, this witch is not being a friend right now. They keep being in trees. There we go. How are you alive? I would have expected that to kill the witch in one go, but it didn't. Interesting, but not to worry. We shall move on knowing that we have destroyed the enemies. We have meleeed the big one. That's good. It's nice to always get those kind of things out of the way. I mean, we may not have ripped their head off, but at least we stabbed them in the face pretty good. It took them until Serious Sam 3 timeline that they were like, you know what, I can just remove the head and then throw it at people. And then, you know, in Serious Sam, the first encounter, they were like, it was not really that effective though, but also those enemies stopped appearing, so, you know, it's pluses and minuses, I suppose. Like, throwing the head was a very, like, it's a menacing move for sure, but ultimately it did not really damage anyone. It was just a way to make them more disgusting, I suppose. And if that ultimately means that they become more terrifying due to them being covered in blood the whole time, then perhaps it's not the best strategy to apply to your own enemies, but rather you would cover yourself in the blood and Yeah, really spook them that way. But I guess Mental's forces were never really that spooked by stuff. They see a bunch of blood and they were like, well, that's part of the job. They accept it, they move on. And I guess that's respectable in their line of work. But it's a little gross. I'd prefer if this game was a bit more clean. Just really clean up the violence. Although I guess you can turn blood settings to like flowers. I don't know if that's still in this game actually. Like I remember in the old games you always had like the hippie mode or whatever it was called, and I chill with the witches though. And melee enemies at the same time. That's just mildly frustrating. Because now I have to look to the right the entire time I'm fighting this fight, and that's just annoying. Until the witch just leaves, I guess. I don't know where the witch went. Pretty far behind me, I think. Yeah, there we go. This would be a good time to have dual wielding weapons, but you know what? It's fine. I'm just gonna pretend the witch is not there. Just shoot my gun. And every now and then I'll just see some debris fly by. I'm surprised how little the witch is actually hitting, provided that I cannot actually see the witch this whole fight pretty much, but you know what? Aiming just random crap around you with your magical powers can be a tricky thing. I have been there. And it's not for everyone. So I can see how some witches would have more difficulty than others to hit their foes, I suppose. So it is what it is. Let's, is this mirrored? I mean, it kind of looks mirrored, doesn't it? Maybe that was the point. Maybe this is... Oh, cool. Rage Serum. The exact reward that I'm getting for just being in this place has just been given to me randomly in a secret. So, you know. It's more. That's always good. I'm pressing the quick save button a lot today, but I'm feeling a little lazy. I don't feel like going on the grand adventures I've been going on in some of these levels, and realizing that I'd like to just sort of get this level over with for some reason. Don't know why. Although I am walking in circles, so at least we got that going for it. I mean, I'll probably have to go in there, but there's just a lot of things to look at in this place. Shelves, boxes, walls, you know, just the whole thing. Just a whole bunch of stuff. But this place seems like very protected from getting me out of there, which is unusual. They haven't really cared about that stuff so much, but so far all these areas are just a little bit too high to get for. Like for me, so... Pretty impressed, kind of, I guess. I don't know if the bar has just been slightly lowered at every level, and now I'm just easily impressed by stuff. Maybe I'm just feeling good, you know? Feeling like, you know what, have one. have a good one, and just be happy that for once it's taken me a little bit longer to just leave. Even though I guess at the start of the level pretty much I could see out of bounds, but I don't know if that really counts. There was like a small area between two buildings. And I don't know if you can really call that out of bounds that much. I mean, it would probably load if I walked a little bit differently, you know, so it's like, it's a tough one. What is inside this building? I'm trying to listen to all the enemies inside, and there's just a lot of bad stuff from the sounds of things. Not digging it too much. 5 health for me. If it's all stuff like that, that would be nice. It's like a good little extra health up. Because I lost, I guess, a fair amount. Slowly but surely. But we'll see, I suppose. That doesn't sound good. Can I melee those? That would seem like a terrible idea, right? Yeah, I figured. I had to try. I need to get you away from me, really, because killing you up close is probably not the best idea. Auto shotgun seems to be pretty effective against those guys, though. But I guess the auto shotgun's probably going to be pretty effective against most things that you're going to be encountering in this game. From the look of things so far, at least. Oh. I do wish those guys made a sound, though. You know what? Like, I think in every other serious sound game, they make at least some kind of sound when they're walking around. In this game, they're so stealthy. And I don't fully understand why. At least the music's still there to tell you, like, hey, there's at least something nearby. And if it's one of those, you know what? Fair enough. But I still would appreciate knowing where they are. Just from a sound cue, because in the olden games, every enemy pretty much made a sound. And that was one of the nice things. You could tell so much from sound. And I think I've already gone on this tangent, so I'm gonna stop there. But still, I like sounds. You know, sounds are nice. They help me immerse. They help me understand what's going on. I can't see anything. I basically can't see anything when I'm playing a video game. I'm just trying to keep alive and look at walls every now and then, but when the game tells me what's going on, I'll be like, yeah, I'm listening. I mean, until they get to parts that are like, do these 3 things. And then around part 2, I'll be like, well, I've forgotten the first one already. But I'll do my best, you know? I'm just gonna keep on trying. Where are we going? I'm just sort of looking around this whole place. Look at this piece of paper. Did you get my flowers at the end of this? I assume the rest of this text is probably very useful to know as well. But really, it's mostly about the flowers, I'm assuming. Like, there's all these places that I can very easily reach, but none of them are leading me out of bounds, and that's just quite unusual for this game. So props to that, I suppose. Good job on letting me play a game normally. Making me feel like I'm playing like a regular human for once. And you know, that's a feeling that I don't get to feel very often when playing a game like this, so very good. Very nice. I'm running into every single one of these corridors because anything can't... God, that was a spooky sound. That was the scariest teleport I've heard in this whole game, I think. It sort of came out of nowhere. Just gonna chill here and just move some necks. This will probably work pretty well, right? Like, I have a whole wall next to me, so I can more or less be entirely safe. I guess... Yeah, these guys die really easily. So I'm not too concerned right now. What was that? Oh, it's one of those. Ah, that's kind of annoying, actually. Melee is so strong, y'all. I'm just gonna sit here and press the melee button a couple times, I think. Just run around melee. This is a pretty good way to heal up. Because everything slows down so much when you start meleeing. When you can melee just about everything. It's just a big old health up. It's gonna heal more than the kamikaze trap at this rate. They make some weird sounds when they die as well. Like a weird squeak. One you wouldn't ordinarily anticipate from an enemy like this. This might actually start damaging me in a second though. Because I'm just sitting in a corner pressing the melee button, and I would assume that eventually one of them's gonna attack me. But no, I really just gained a lot of health there. Why use guns when foot work? You know? Foot do just fine. Foot destroyed this entire encounter. Like, actually though. That's pretty good. Pretty solid defense. The Mighty Foot. We haven't seen that one really make an appearance since, like, Duke Nukem 3D. And even in that game, it was spurious at best that it would be very useful. But, you know, it had its moments. I just opened this door. I haven't been able to open any door. It kind of threw me off guard, I'm not gonna lie. Oh.
Yo, Gabriella, you in here? Gabriella! There you are. Your old man asked me to make sure you're okay.
Mille grazie. I am grateful for your assistance. The work we do here is very important. Let me give you something for your trouble.
Like a kiss.
I was thinking of this.
Oh, that's even better.
Better?
I gotta go. I want to give this baby a whirl.
Humph. Men.
Quality dialogue. Hang on. I'm gonna just quick save real quick and then walk all the way around again, because I feel like there was still like a little bit more to that place. Because there was like a whole room there and suddenly I got teleported out, and I want to make sure. I still can't believe just how much health I got from that though. Like that was a lot of health that I regained by just sitting next to a wall for a while. That's such a weird door. Like you don't even press the button, it just opens inwards, and it seems so unusual to me for some reason. I can't even fully explain why it's so unusual, but it just seems very out there. It's very unusual, very strange. There must be some way to jump on top of this though, like right? I mean, I don't think I can get all the way up, but maybe using like those pipes, I might be able to get somewhere. Maybe. Like it does seem like it would be possible to get all the way to the top using those things, and I would like to see. If anything, I'd like to apologize to Gabriella for saying I'd rather have rage powder than a smoochums. Can't actually open that door. Gabriella closed it and left me here forever. Where did she actually come from though, thinking about it? Because I don't see any reasonable place where she could be. Like between these? Oh yeah, I guess here, huh? Don't know where she went though. She pushed me out and then she just left. Probably has some sort of teleportation capabilities that I'm not fully aware of, but that's okay. I don't need to know everything. I like to know most things at least, but not everything. That's too much. But perhaps this is not the place where one must try and travel. Perhaps this place will not lead me to the top of this warehouse as much as it looks like I would be able to go there. And I'm vaguely curious if at some point in the level I'll just reach that place organically. Truly, I don't know. But perhaps we'll learn as we progress through the level. I suppose we will. That's more or less what natural progression is in a video game. But I'd be genuinely surprised if there was not actually a way to get on top of this from here though. Like it really, there's so much stuff here, but it all just seems like slightly out of reach from anything useful. And again, I'm just not super used to that from this game. But you know what? My lack of it. Oh, hang on. There we go. Now we're jumping off of random things on shelves. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, it seems like it would be possible. But like from down here, I think you cannot quite reach that, but maybe if you jump from up top of this thing, somehow. If you could somehow reach the top using this weird little block, you could probably jump on top of that, jump over that, go all the way up, you know? And I'm just, oh yeah, you can definitely get on top of that somehow. I don't know why it doesn't always work, but that time I suddenly went higher. I'm gonna try this for a minute. Up, there we go. Made it on top of this. Maybe I can reach this? No, that's nothing. Alright, how about go there. Go there. We try and reach this? Maybe. Alright, so with Rage Serum, you can actually make it all the way over there. I don't think I'm actually fast enough to reach it without it, but there you go. And now I'm all the way up here. And now I can reach any place I so desire. But at the same time, it somehow doesn't feel quite worthwhile to be here using the Rage Serum. On account that there doesn't seem to be much here except for rooftops. But at the same time, perhaps there's simply a secret area that I've not seen yet, because I haven't fully explored this place to the fullest. And that's the reason why you get the Rage Serum to begin with, because you need to go all the way. But then you got little like holes and stuff like this that make it seem, you know, maybe they didn't intend for people to be here. It's just hard to tell. There's just really no way, no true way to know, you know, because before you know it, I'm gonna find a weapon on one of these rooftops and it's gonna be amazing. Like, look at this. This looks perfectly normal, and therefore is this out of bounds? Oh, it might actually be, huh? This became very empty suddenly. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm not supposed to be here. It's hard to tell for sure. But it does have all the inclinations of you're not supposed to be here. But for the first time, I actually had to expend the Rage Serum powder, whatever it's called, to try and go out of bounds. I'm actually just going to use the other one as well, just to speed this up a little bit, because I don't want to walk all the way there. I just want to make sure what's on the top of this hill. And then just gotta know if there's at least like a nice view all the way to the top over here. Because it would be sad if we missed out on that. The sky is gorgeous in this place. So it's good to get a nice little overview of the area before we progress onwards. But I would say, no one can stop me. Yeah, this is one of those things that just keeps going on. So, fair enough. I don't think there's a secret area on top of that warehouse thing. But you know what? What can you do? Occasionally, you're just gonna have to accept that there maybe isn't a secret area in the place where you would like there to be one. And it did seem a little bit overly difficult to try and get on top of that. And the fact that I had to use a rage serum to even get to the tippy top there. Also, I pressed Alt once and it had like a big area on arrow telling me where to go. And I haven't been able to reproduce that, but there was one moment where there was an arrow telling me where to go. And I think it was just telling me where to go in the optional area. Maybe the arrow just happened to spawn when I pressed Alt. I don't know. I pressed a lot of buttons, I suppose. Maybe it's like X or... Oh, it's C? Yeah, because it's like C where you have to go. And it makes sense that you would have to press that button. But apparently when you press C, there's a whole arrow that just tells you where to go. This might be very useful for me because I get lost a lot. So it makes sense. Alright, I'm going to experiment with this a little bit. Because I would like to ride a biomechanoid. I'm just not exactly sure how. I'm just going to ignore you for a second with a shotgun. That's called ignoring. But I would like to see if I could just kill that one real quick as all my other rockets just leave, I guess. First of all, I'm just going to try and melee you. That doesn't work. And now I'm going to just quickly switch my perk to this one. And see if I can do this without any real prompt. That did say press E to enter. But then it didn't. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That's just lovely. Like this kind of stuff, this is pretty cool, I think. Because this adds a pretty different dimension to a lot of the fights. But at the same time, you need to really run into these enemies to try and get this to work. And my biomechanoid's almost dead already. So it's not like the most effective thing. Also, my health is currently at 1, which I'm going to say is not optimal. Was it worth to spend like 170 health to try and ride a biomechanoid once? I would say so. I would say, what else are you going to use all that health on? And I assume everyone's agreeing with me. Now, I don't know if you can ride the tiny ones, but the fact that you can ride the big ones, that's a plus in my book. Having said that, the fact that you can do this as well, and sometimes the rockets hit, like that's just really nice as well. So all in all, even though this game can get a little wacky from time to time, I still appreciate it for what it brings to the table. Which is riding a biomechanoid and riding a bull. What? Oh, it's the bull I was just talking about. What a coinky dink. Also, apparently you can like unequip your weapon or something, and then you can use enemy attacks or whatever. I read something weird, and I don't know if it applies. I got kind of confused by the comment, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Oh, right click doesn't work though. I can suddenly stand still with right click, so that's fun. But yeah, apparently there is some way to do stuff like that. I'm a little bit curious how that works out. But I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm just gonna shoot a whole bunch of rockets and hope I don't die in this fight instead. Because it's starting to look like I'm gonna die in this fight with how it's going. My bull has 2 health. It is covered in blood. But at the same time, I have a rocket launcher, so it's like, you know what? Am I losing? I would say not exactly. I would say the rocket launcher did its job, but it did get a little bit close. I keep pressing F when I'm intending to press E instead. Oh god, okay. Yeah, that seems about right. How am I gonna deal with all this nonsense at the same time? Oh, I was not close enough for that to happen. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh, that would have been really nice to be ready for. Oh, you didn't go down that time. Oh, that's just really sad. That's a rocket right in my face, and that's really on me. I need to heal up a bit. Press the melee button a couple times. It's the best way to heal. Except when it isn't. But I think this time I might be able to get away with it. Kind of. Yeah, this is working. Healing on melees is getting kind of ridiculous. But riding enemies, I actually, as kind of silly as it is, especially with the jump they added to it, which is equally high as Sam's jump, which is not proportionate to the enemy that you're riding usually. It looks kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, using enemy attacks is like one of my favorite things in games. Like that's why games like Mid-Boss, like they really get to me because it's that whole game is about enemy attacks, and in this game it adds a little bit of that stuff, and I always love that. Even if it does get a little janky, I just love being able to use the attacks of the enemies from time to time. This is like the lowest fence I've ever seen in my life, but I guess this is where I'm supposed to go. No, not really. I mean, I could grab that armor, but then I realized there was also a fence in my way. A bigger fence. They knew what they did there, and they were like, alright, we gotta block this place off. It's getting ridiculous. But yeah, riding Biomechanoid, I didn't think I'd ever see the day, but here we are. The technology has finally arrived. A small puddle is in this level, and I cannot swim in it. Now, I've watched enough Courage the Cowardly Dog to know that if there's a puddle, you gotta try and swim in it, because otherwise you might miss out on a good adventure. But unfortunately, this time it was just not to be. Does this open? It does, very slowly, in fact. But we still got an entire area here to look at before we go on our merry way. And who knows? Perhaps some health is back here. I'm surprised I survived that, actually, because I was at 1 health. There we go, that seems about right. Like, I was at actually 1 health, and I'm not sure if that's just because I was, like, playing around with the melees a bunch, and it just, happened to not kill me, because when you're switching between being on an enemy and not being on an enemy, it probably just makes you invulnerable. And from what I have played around with the God mode in this game, because of course I had to, it doesn't quite work the same way it does in other games. Like in this game, when you have God mode turned on, you still take damage until you reach 1 health, and then the damage just stops. Like 1 is just your minimum health, I guess. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's why I stayed alive. Like, it just put me on God mode for a second as I was switching on to the Biomechanoid. And therefore it was on 1 afterwards. Like, it makes sense to me, but also I could have just been really lucky. Either or, I don't really care. I got my skill point. I'm gonna live my life. The life of not having to switch perks from time to time, because I would like to use this perk. It does sound like fun, but at the same time, dual wielding stuff is so good. It's just so gosh darn good to have 2 shotguns. I'm pressing Alt and nothing's happening. I think I've rebound Alt to something else from the look of things. No? Oh, is there a different perk for dual wielding with big weapon? Alright, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, that's good stuff. Quality dialogue. Every single line in this game is a treasure. Maybe I should just go for like the big melee then, because I do like the idea of big melee, and I assume it's gonna heal even more than medium melee and tiny melee, because medium melee heals more. So maybe that's just the way to go. I'll think about it. For now, I'm just gonna run around and grab a whole bunch of stuff, because there was a bunch of walls preventing me from doing that earlier, and I have a grudge, and I wish to explore this area to the fullest. Because this whole area was blocked by just a singular wall, and it's that one. We even saw that talkie thing previously over the wall, and we couldn't quite reach it in its taunting ways. I don't appreciate it. Remember the armor we grabbed there earlier? That was a good time. I enjoyed that a lot. It was a good moment. But I guess with all this stuff, we might actually start crossing the bridge to the other side in a second, and I'm curious. Curious what it's going to bring me. Joy, perhaps? Or other treasures? Who knows? I mean, this does look like you could just go over it, though. And before I accidentally do, I don't think I could, actually. I thought there was a bigger rock here, but now it turns out there isn't. So you know what? Gonna leave it be. Just gonna leave it be and leave it alone and go on my own merry way. Hello, radio. I don't like static noise. I will destroy it all in this video game. Now, I'm uncertain if this is where I came from, because it does have another one of these, but at the same time, there's also a singular C4 explosive. And also this door is not opening, so I assume it's a different place, but it's hard to tell. Do you think I need that singular C4 for a singular purpose? Unknown. But perhaps. Now I could jump all the way down here so I could take that long walk one more time. But perhaps not today. Curious if you can jump over this though. It doesn't look like you can, because that would change some things. No, I'm definitely gonna die here. You ever see a place and you're just like, yeah, this is death. Yeah, it is. What is that? Oh, what is that though, actually? Is that a helicopter? Is my sniper rifle working against? Yeah, it is. It is surprisingly effective against helicopters, it turns out. We're playing Command & Conquer Renegade, where all helicopters are weirdly weak to sniper rifles. I did miss. Oh, hey, you're kind of big. Oh, I see. That's fun. Yeah, I'm just meleeing the floor. I guess that makes sense. Just gonna chill here for a second. Oh boy, that actually died really quickly. Just a little surprised by how quickly that one died. Let's just try that again. Like, for an enemy that only takes damage from the back, they're really doing a good job. I did predict it a little bit. Like, for real though, they were in front of me. How are they even dealing damage? What up with that? Good luck with that though. Whoop. 2 rockets both hit? Yeah, they do. I could try again. I'm not really feeling it though. Oh, you just die when I do that. Oh, well, that changes things a bit. I very much misinterpreted how that enemy works then. Yeah, okay. Explosions just killed a guy. Alright, cool. Good to know. I didn't even think about, you know, the difference between damage types being a factor in this game, but somehow it is. This is actually kind of annoying though, because I'm just running towards a dead end right now. Plus I'm continuously getting beaten by rockets, and that's just a real downer. Yeah, this is rough. Alright. Let's just do this properly. I need to kill that green guy at some point, because that's really just bumming me out a bit. Oh, it took so many rockets. I'm not sure how to dodge though. Maybe I should just be shooting them. That makes sense. That's kind of a serious sound thing to do, I suppose. I could just run a whole bunch further back, I guess, as well. Kill that one real quick. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. I was stuck. Alright, bye. I'm going to chill here for a second. Don't mind me. This is a good place for me to be right now. Because they do not know how to deal with this wall. Hello. I'm just going to chill here for a bit. Cheese-tastic, as they say. As I am saved by a marginally small fence. As I ride somehow the strongest of the warriors. As all the other ones die in one hit. But I don't. I'm just sitting here. Getting my camera stuck on stuff. Oh, I could probably ride you as well, huh? Yeah, that would probably work pretty well. Can you kill me real quick? I guess not. Oh, there we go. Good job, buddy. I kind of didn't anticipate that guy would be that incapable, but there you go. I need a button for sniper rifles. This is not working out very well. Anyway, I ran really far back, and now all the enemies aren't going towards me, so that's fun. Yeah, they just don't care. It's like that sometimes. Sometimes you just run so far back that the game's like, well, I didn't think that would happen. And you know what? I can appreciate that for what it is. Who runs all the way back to the door? Who would anticipate someone uses the whole area, you know? That's ridiculous. But still a surprisingly effective place to kill me, I'm finding, because there didn't even really seem to be that much stuff, but it was very good at killing me. It's a good job. Just well done. I mean, I gotta jump down here at some point, though. I would assume with how easy they make it to jump down there. There's a lot of life power-ups in this level as well, by the way. But yeah, with how easy they make it to jump down here, one has to assume that there's gonna be something down here. But it's very much in the opposite direction of where the game wants me to go. And you know what? I do love going in the right direction. It's my favorite thing. Sniper bullets laying in some bushes. Where else are you gonna put them?
Science fact of the day.
That's the same science fact. I guess it's the science fact of the day, but still it would be nice if maybe they could have a different science fact per floaty boy, because otherwise what's the point of listening to them? I'm just trying to get my science facts, and here they are, wasting my time. My precious, precious time. It's ridiculous is what it is, and I'm furious. I'm gonna die again, aren't I? Not even secret armor, really? That's surprising. Oh, that's the sound of the bad things happening. That's okay, though. I can try and play along with the music. Oh, hello. Vampire. Anyway, let's just ignore the vampire for now. We can melee it someday. Let's just have some auto shotgun fun. Oh, hey. Multiple vampires. I thought there was only one. Apparently there's 3. 4. This place is crazy. Who needs this many vampires? Did I mention that the auto shotgun's just an incredible weapon? Really gets the job done in just about any situation. And I appreciate it for what it is. I probably shouldn't be using it on areas like these as much, because it's like this place is very optional. It's not even a secret. It's a waste, is what it is. I mean, there's probably a secret in that water over there, but I don't feel like going all the way back a second time, you know? It's just too much of a hassle. If I could have just like dealt with this whole area in one go, I probably would have been a little bit more motivated to try and do different things, but as it stands, I can't be bothered. Instead, we're just gonna do one good loop around the place and call it a day. But a place like this, not containing a secret, it's heresy is what it is. And I don't fully mind, but at the same time, I'm not gonna applaud it. I'm not gonna applaud it. Look at all that stuff though. And a bunch of friends. Please, please, don't put enemies behind me for the first time in your gosh darn life. Please, just chill. Let me have a good time for once. Just kill a couple dudes and pick up my things. That's all I ask. Just kill a couple dudes, get very mediocre power-ups, and just let me go back home. It's all I need from this place. Can I get back on this? This is a pretty high jump that I'm doing. Did I take damage just now? Like, it looked like there was some damage icon there, but I'm not sure if it actually was damage or not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm guessing I should just about hit the invisible wall in a second. Yeah, this seems about right. Alright, cool. I'm gonna say we explored this. And I will move on. As much of a heretical place this is, I'll accept what I acquired. Got a little bit of armor, a little bit of health, a little bit of ammo, just a little bit of stuff. And occasionally that just has to make do, and today's one of those days. But still, I would have appreciated if it was a little bit more. Just a tiny little bit. What is flashing over there? Just like an ammo box or something like that, but still, it was very bright. Very shiny. Really? Indestructible Jesus. It's an angel. I did not look at that properly. My apologies. You are very indestructible. I'm actually quite surprised. Most of the statues have been very destructible, except for the tiny one that one time. Maybe it was a similar statue? That would make sense, I suppose. Worms Armageddon. Well, that sounds like fun.
Hello? Is there anybody out there? I need help with these worms.
What?
Ah, yes, a hero. I need help with these worms. When I was a little bambino, my mother said to me, bring me the flour. I will make your pizza. But the flour was full of worms. I get no pizza. I hate worms. Now, the whole city is full of worms. We must kill them, destroy them.
You seriously need to relax.
I relax when worms are dead. I must stop them. But for my research, I am lacking important substance. Hypermebendazole. Find it in pharmacy.
Sure thing, Pops.
Slippery, sliding, sneaky worms. Worms. I hate worms.
Oh, is he really small?
They come, they slide around. Worms. Worms. I hate worms.
I don't think he likes worms. Also, why is everyone in this town an old man? The only survivors of this apocalypse
Why are they so flat?
are old, strange men. What up with that? Put some diversity in your survivors. This is ridiculous. Why is that guy still going on about worms? I did like Worms Armageddon though, but it's been a very long time since I've had to deal with it. The pleasure of dealing with it, I suppose, but still. Since I've had to deal with it is accurate. It's, man, when was the last time I played Worms Armageddon? Too long is what it is. Oh. Seems doable, but I'm lazy. I've done my jump. I've left this level.
Your sacrifice will not be forgotten, big gun man.
Thanks.
Hello. Let me just, it takes a second before you can move again, but once you do, you just sort of win the fight. Oh, except if he does that, I guess. Oh, he's really doing a lot better than me. Alright, does right click do anything? No. I'm gonna check my keyboard settings. I don't know. There probably is some sort of button I can use to do wacky stuff with, but maybe occasionally with some enemies you use the enemy weaponry, and with others you just don't. Because I wouldn't mind just shooting a rocket while riding this dude, you know? Because I got a big old high view right now, and I'd like to be able to use that to my advantage. Just shoot over like a ledge. That would be fun. If anything's fun, it's definitely shooting over a ledge. That's probably like top 10 most fun things in the world, I would argue. Oh no. You're too big. Ugh. Oh my god. Or is he too big? That's a stupid fix for my problems. But I'd like to do that attack, you know? Like, that just seems like a really fun attack to do as well. Also, I got a new boy. Fresh out of the microwave. Yeah. But now I can look over these things and be like, oh, this sure is a lot of nothing behind that wall. And I suppose I could probably do that with the third person view that I don't really use, but then I don't know if I would be able to do all the way like this. Like this shows me a lot. Like it even unrenders the world if I look in certain directions. So that's why third person perspective. The world's not ready for it. God, these guys hurt when they do attack though. Look at these tiny boys doing so much. Oh, I'm actually really struggling to kill those tiny ones with the hammer. If only I had some sort of rotation attack where I could swing my axe around. Surely there must be a way. Because now I have nothing equipped. So there is some way. Like, when I have nothing equipped, that's what happens when I leave the hammer, man. I can't even melee. Like, I need to have some weapon in my hand in order to do a melee attack, because, sure. Why not? I mean, I am using a knife, so it makes sense that I have to hold a gun to use it. I mean, that's just how the world works, but... It's weird. It's just a very strange game, this is, sometimes. Now, I was kind of hoping that I could use my hammer on that statue. Now I have to shoot it. But it is what it is. Also, some of my tangents I don't feel like are actually connecting to the other tangents that I'm trying to connect them to, because I tend, like, on halfway through the first tangent, I'll be like, also I can do this, and then immediately forget about everything I was talking about. And it just ends up being a mess. But that's okay. Here I am trying to do my best to save the world and at the same time get a lot of equipment while doing it. And I'd say it's working out. Let's just keep going. I kind of want to try and melee that one though. I would really appreciate it if I could get a good melee attack off one of those. It might have been worthwhile to keep, I was going to say keep one of those guys alive with the hammers and such, so I could easily kill these guys, but then they just throw them at me. Because this, while slightly wasteful, is still a pretty effective way of dealing with those guys. Oh, I can't melee you. Yeah, okay. Asking too much. Please don't kill me. Just trying to get this stuff out of the way real quick. Oh, I think I actually hit him there. Okay. That's a lot of clear skeletons. Really just throwing a bunch of stuff at me right now, and I don't fully care for this. This is gonna kill me a lot. Maybe not. This still looks pretty damn rough. I don't have room, yeah. Alright, perhaps we should try and deal with this in a slightly different way. Because as much fun as it is to jump on top of a thing, it's there's just a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of clear skeletons, and I kind of need to deal with stuff real quickly. Need to deal with that guy a lot quicker at least, because that was really that was a struggle. I need to deal with these tiny boys before I start riding one of the guys as well, because otherwise it just doesn't work. You cannot kill those guys with the hammer for some unknown reason. And the kamikazes are a bit of an issue as well. To spawn another one? Are you serious though? Zed. There you go. Just go nuts. I was trying to get on top of that one real quick and it didn't. I'm hoping I can get all this clears to spawn, because that was a real major issue in my situation. It seems to be working out. Never sure if it's worth the black hole because it's so damn powerful, but I mean, it does do the job so well, you know? I am effectively trading a black hole for a different power-up at this point, but it's just so good. And it's a nice way to get out of fighting a whole bunch of clear skeletons in a tiny, confined area. But I do worry that it's going to bite me in the butt in a later fight every time I use one. But I suppose that's kind of the whole thing about limited power-ups. If you only get a couple of them, you want to use them as effectively as possible. But if you've not played the game before, it's kind of hard to judge. But oh well. Give me this. We got that. I'm not even gonna try. My eyes are feeling pretty blurry right now from looking at the screen so much, so I'm not even gonna make an attempt to try and read Hypermebendazole. That doesn't seem right. I'm pretty sure that even the guy in the cutscene pronounced it, and I probably could have listened, but there's a part of my brain that turns off the moment I play Serious Sam, and it's usually the part that is capable of reading. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do? We're just gonna bring this back to Worm Man and cause an Armageddon of some description. Provided that I can even find the way. I didn't remember walking all this way, but apparently I did. There he is talking about worms again.
Here you go.
Ah, yes, bueno. Now all worms will die. Alien worms, earthworms, mealworms, flatworms, inchworms, even snakes.
Okay, so how long is this gonna take?
I will have the first results in 6 months.
What?
But here, take this, and thank you, big gunman.
Sure thing, Pops. Wait, isn't bueno Spanish?
That's probably fine. I'm still fully convinced he is an Italian person. I also enjoyed how the subtitles of his regular conversation was just bleeding through the actual conversation, so, you know, it makes it a lot easier to understand what's going on. But as I said before, the part of me that's capable of reading is very much shut down at this point, so for me it's not too much of an issue. But I suppose if you're watching this and you're trying to read the conversations, it's a little bit unfortunate. But you know, when you have a character that just hates worms that much, he can't stop, you know? It's not like he can suddenly love worms. That would be ridiculous. Truly. I'm already mad. The whole, like, thing about Serious Sam, you just get put in a situation that you don't really want to be dealing with. There's so much world to explore and to look at. And then suddenly they interrupt it with like a sniper and like a dude. Like, it's just, I just want to look at walls and flowers. Don't make it too difficult on me by forcing me to press buttons from time to time. I'm simply not ready for that kind of commitment, huh? Pardon? Who interrupted my walking? By shooting once and then leaving, I guess? What even? Oh, there's more snipers. Good. Oh, gaggle. Very good. Very nice. At least my crosshair can tell me when I'm aiming at them. And occasionally that's enough. I should be using this more on the kamikazes, I guess, because this is also quite good. I saw a laser just now. But also I was trying to look for kamikazes, and that kind of distracted me a bit. This is going to be a problem. In just a moment. When you have 3 entrances, I'm just going to chill over here for a second, I think, because this is worrying. Surprised I hit one of the shots and not the other. I must have just, like, aimed just poorly enough there. Oh, please, just let me kill that sniper. Throwing singular kamikazes at me for a year. Don't bother me with that stuff. Apparently there was still a whole bunch of them. You're all so tiny. So tiny and far away. Which I guess if you have a sniper, that's not really much of a problem. It's more of just a benefit, but still. Could you be a little bit bigger? Maybe you have like an outline around you or something. It would really make my life a lot easier. Now I just have to look for red lines and hope I don't get shot. That's a very painful way to live life, you know? Get me in there. Really? Fine. There's armor to collect. I suppose I can go other places, but still. It looks like the kind of place where I can perform my shenaniganry. And when I can't, I get a little bit disappointed every single time. Oh well. We move onwards to our next treasure, grabbing every little bit of armor and ammo I can find. Pardon? You are so far away, though. There's like someone at Crow Team who just can't get enough snipers. And I can tell you, it's not me. This is tedious, but you know what? This is probably good to someone. Oh, jeez. Okay, calm down now. I missed my shot. Whoop. But that's okay. Sometimes you gotta miss the headshot to make life a little bit cooler. That's what we do. At least my pistols are as capable of sniping as the enemies we're facing here, so that's good at least. But for real, if it wasn't for the crosshair, I wouldn't be as confident. That's really It's adding a lot to my confidence whether or not I'm actually hitting a shot from time to time, because I cannot tell what I'm shooting at. Yeah, I'm just shooting at trees for the most part, but it happens that the enemy is behind it, and that my crosshair is like, yes, you found him. And I'm like, cool. And there is something fun to that, I suppose, but I would probably say that the snipers are my least favorite enemy in this game so far, just because they're never paired very well with anything. It's like you have 10 snipers sitting on a rooftop, and then there's like one guy in the middle, and you kill the one guy, and then the next 5 minutes is just gonna be, oh, there's one. Oh, I found another one. And it's just, it's just a little bit tedious. I don't care for it. And I might be alone in that. And that's okay. Not everything in this game is tailored to me. I can already explore so much. So, you know what? They can also put some things in the game that I don't like so much. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to be a whiny little baby about it. I'm going to be a baby about it. The big old baby boy. And it's going to be amazing. It's going to be my whole life. Where are we? How far do you think we are? We've been playing for a while. How long have we been playing? An hour and 17 minutes. Okay, that's actually a lot longer than I thought it was. Hey man. Oh, it's only took one, I guess, if I actually hit a headshot. Just not used to actually hitting a headshot with this weapon. There we go. This makes life a lot easier. With this weapon, I can occasionally hit a shot. Not always, apparently, but God, occasionally, though, I get a shot off, and it's amazing. Very rude. I'm just ruining my score by quick-saving every fight, but you know what? I don't care. If I wanted a good score, I'd be playing Geometry Wars for the Xbox 360. Buy now for 5 of whatever current... How expensive was that game? Suddenly I'm distracted by the pricing systems of Xbox 360 games. I apologize. Let's just continue on this voyage. Try and get some more points than I would ordinarily get. Can you just please chill with the snipers though? Jeez. Oh look, it's one guy with rockets standing in the middle. Perhaps if I take care of him, I can then spend the next 3 days trying to look at walls. That guy just appeared. Did I just hit like a spawn line or something? Because that's... I am getting a lot of enemies spawning behind me right now. Like maybe I just accidentally walked all around these people, or maybe I just got lost. I think maybe I just got lost. Because I jumped down. Yeah, right, that did happen, huh? Oh, I'm very down. I'm dead. Yeah. All right, let's try that a little differently, without the death this time. Oh, that's just good. I don't really know where to go. This place is gonna get infested with enemies. Not moving seems to be doing a better trick than moving, though. I'll tell you that much. Until they just start being everywhere, I guess. Oh, that's so many lines. Hey, dude. Yeah, this is gonna be a mess. I don't really know where I want to be right now. Preferably not in line of sight of a million snipers. And I'm finding that to be surprisingly tricky. Which I suppose is the point. I did just mention that they weren't pairing these enemies with other enemies very well, and now they're actually doing that. So at the same time, I suppose I have to give you some props now. So good job, Serious Sam. You're doing really good. Doesn't mean I'm mad about dying. Or not mad about dying. One of those is true. I have feelings about death. In summary, that is how I'm doing. I'm feeling emotions. Yeah, fair enough. That actually... This is better. This is a better fight. Because you're not just spending the whole time looking at walls and trying to figure out... And I guess I understand the irony in saying that you're finally not looking at walls the entire time, but... It's true, though. Oh, this is bad. could have very easily just climbed on top of him and not shot myself with a rocket in the face, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta make some important life choices. Really? Alright, come on. How difficult is it to get on top of a red biomechanoid? I've done it before. Wait, I just realized something. I'm just not a very... No, I do have the thing equipped. Alright, never mind. I'm not an idiot. I pressed the wrong button to try and get on top of him. Very good. Okay, we're getting some stuff done here. I can see a lot more. Now I'm riding this big boy. Oh, this thing's so cool, though. I'm gonna die in a second, though. This is gonna suck. It's gonna be a very annoying death. Because I am very much just stuck in this place right now. Don't kill me. Where's that bull? Get me on you. Thank you. Interestingly, I don't actually need to zoom to kill those guys in one hit with the sniper rifle. And I'm just automatically zooming because it's a Serious Sam game. Because in Serious Sam, sometimes your sniper is just stronger when you zoom in. That's just one of those things that happens from time to time. The music stopped entirely. I don't know if that's just because this is the last enemy. And it's waiting for me to actually kill this last enemy before the next wave spawns, because I think this door is very much still closed. But I guess it's because I'm riding this bull. If I press shift, my crosshair disappears, and it doesn't actually seem to mean anything, but it's the thing that's happening. Probably just because I'm pressing the run button, but it's a little unusual. Oh. I'm done with you, bull. You've served a fine purpose. You managed to pick up a lot of health and ammo and stuff. Yeah, it really was just the last one. That was a cool fight. I actually really think that was cool. Because that just immediately alleviated the problem I was having with the snipers, that they were just sitting around on their own with one guy in the middle, and now they're actually trying to mix it up a little bit with kamikazes and stuff. So, you know what? Fair enough. When you do something right, you do something right, I suppose. It's just the way it is. I don't feel like... I'm probably missing a bunch of power-ups, so I don't care right now. I wouldn't mind a small break. I've been in this level for so long. I cannot climb over this barbed wire.
You, Americano, come here.
Ma'am, what are you doing here? This is a war zone.
This is not a war zone. This is Roma, my city, my home. I fight.
Ma'am, there are more of them coming. It would be best if...
What is it, Americano? Are you afraid of monsters?
Ma'am, I'm a...
Don't be afraid. Nuna's right here. She help you fight the monsters.
We're finally dealing with some good characters, and I'm living for it. But there it is. That was the end of When in Rome. At the moment I said I've been in this level for so long, it ends, so I can appreciate that. Estimated time, 25 minutes. I was there for an hour and 25. I don't care what the game says. I've been recording for an hour and 25 minutes. So, yeah, all in all, ups and downs, pretty cool. Pretty alright level, I suppose. Had some fun, went out of bounds. Had to use an item to go out of bounds, so that's new. So, you know, got some new stuff going for it. Plus, I can ride biomechanoids, and that's just a lot of fun. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time we play, we're going to be playing Chapter 8. Machina X Deus. Deus? Deus. Chapter 8. Bye-bye.